What if this happened? What if that happened? What if, what if, what if, what if? Today we're going to talk about having that what if mentality. I'm guilty. My whole life is based around what if. It's not a good thing, but I'm just being transparent. So if that's you, you can relate. You get the picture. My whole life is based on what if. I mean, and it didn't just start. It's been that way. What if I go here and this pop off? What if I go there and that pop off? What if I do this and this happen? What if I do that and that happen? I don't know where that comes from in life because I wasn't raised that way. My parents aren't like that. My dad wasn't. Well, I don't know, because when my dad passed, I was just 18 years old. We thought that was old, but it wasn't. We thought we was grown, but it wasn't. Anyway, my mother never had that mentality. My mother always had that. Now that I think about it, she did say my daddy was scary. She used to say that a lot. My daddy was scary, and not scary of a man, but scary to make major deal situations. Like if it hadn't been for her, they wouldn't have bought their first house. If it hadn't been for her, they wouldn't have bought their first new car. Stuff like that, right? Because they had 5 children, and I don't know what their situation was financially back then, but I know we didn't have a lot. But I do know we had a new car in 1978. They bought a station wagon, which eventually became mine way later. And also, I think we were the first, well, I ain't gonna say all of that, but they bought a house. You know what I'm saying? And from my understanding, everybody else in my family was renting, but I don't know. But that's what she used to say, your daddy was scary. Like, scary to take chances like that. So saying that to say is, that didn't come from my mother. You know what I'm saying? Now that I think about it could have came from my daddy's side. But I never saw that side of him. That doesn't mean it couldn't have passed down, you know, from him or his mother or his father or whoever. But back to the scenario, back to what I was saying. That old saying, it's hard to teach it. Oh, how they say it? You can't teach an old dog new tricks, and it's harder to break new. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, and it's harder to break bad habits than it is to make new ones. That's real life stuff. So I'm saying this, or I'm doing this video in hopes that it'll help somebody, because not to speak negative, but it's too late for me. Because, I mean, I've been this way my whole life that I can remember. You know what I'm saying? What if I take the kids to the park and then they get into it with other kids, which is going to happen every time because that's what kids do. And then the parents want to get into it. Then I'm going to have to, y'all know how that. So I'm using those little scenarios to show that that's how my mind works. You know what I'm saying? What if I'm late and I can't find a parking spot? Or what if I'm this and that happen? Or what if I mess up and then whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it might be too late for me, but if this can help somebody, move past the what if. Go for it and figure it out once you get there. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference in my opinion, somebody making it or not making it, if that makes sense. Now, everybody has a different outlook on what making it is. You see what I'm saying? But my point is, if you don't go for it, you're going to be saying, what if your whole life? Okay, perfect example. I quit school in high school. Craziest part is I quit school in the 11th grade. My girlfriend at the time, who is my wife now, well, we were kind of on it. Well, anyway, my girlfriend at the time, who is my wife now, used to always tell me, "You're so smart. Why don't you just go back to school and go to college and do all of this and do that?" Obviously, her whole family, not her whole family, her sisters and brother all went to college, all went to school, all of that. Nothing against that. But I told a story before, I just wanted to work because the way I was taught was, if you want something in life, you got to work hard to get it, which is that's a whole nother story for another time. But back to the story, she used to always tell me that you ought to go back to school and you ought to get your diploma and then go to college and all of that kind of stuff. And my mentality at the time is, I don't have time for that. What if this and what if that? Then I don't have 4 years to go to school, basically college, because I did go back to get my diploma, but I never did do the college because in my mind at the time, I'm like, I don't have time for college. What if I do this and what if this don't happen and what if this don't work and what if? That's where I'm going with that, right? But looking back and picture, had I done that, I could have been so much further along, or maybe not. But the whole point of it is not to let the what if stop me from doing what I could have done. Now, how many 4 years I done had since then? I done had a gang of 4 year periods in that time when I could have just did that 4 years and maybe another 4 years. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to say. It might sound confusing because right now, I ain't gonna lie, it sounds confusing as hell to me. But I'm the one who's saying it in my little mind is what it is. But try to move past the what if, because sometimes the blessing or the end, sometimes the blessing is on the other side of the what if. You feel me? If that makes any sense. If I push through the what if I push through the fear, if I push through the uncertainty, if I push through the doubt, if I push through all of that, my reward or my blessing can be right on the other side of that. But because I let the what if stop me, then I ain't gonna never see that blessing. Not that I'll never be blessed, because what's for you is for you, and I believe that. And God's eye, because that's what I believe in, God. And I believe in what's for you is for you. But even that, He's not gonna force something on you. And most things that's going to happen or blessings that's going to come, He ain't going to drop them out the sky. Now, can He do that? Of course He can. But most time you got to do your part. Hence, pushing through the doubt and pushing through the what if and pushing through, all of that. Because everything we have need of is right inside of us. So all of that what if and I don't know about this and I don't know about that. And I'm guilty. I'm 100% guilty. I've said it in my videos about, I didn't do this because I thought, what if that happened or what? I've said it. I'm not pointing no fingers. I'm just trying to help somebody. You got to move past, and it's hard. It's hard as hell, but you got to move past the what if. Because that what if could have changed your whole life if you didn't let that what if stop you, or if you didn't let that what if change your mind about something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to make this video too long. That was just something I wanted to tap in with y'all and talk about for a second, because I know that I can't be the only person with that mentality, and it's a bad mentality. It's not a good thing, because I'm 100%, I'm a witness that it stunts your growth in certain, so to speak. It can stop you from doing. I've said before how I'm a self-sabotager. I self-sabotage. That comes from the what if. What if I don't make it? What if I'm too fat? What if I'm too this? What if I'm not that? What if I... They gonna have to tell you. Most people that might think like that or that push through that, they might have those same what if thoughts too. But because they push through it and they say to themselves, okay, what if? But they gonna have to tell me. I'm not gonna say no what if. They gonna have to tell me all of that. And even if they do, I'm just gonna go somewhere else or talk to somebody else or do something else, and that's gonna get me where I need to be. You see what I'm saying? And so just try it. Just try your best, try your hardest to just push through that what if. Because we don't know what the future holds. We ain't God. We don't know what the plans are. We know what our plans are and what we come up with. And sometimes, even though they're our plans, He'll bless them. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not saying He's going to bless everything that we ask for or everything we try to do, because some things are just not good for us. But some things, some ideas, some inklings that we have, sometimes He give them to us, or we get them and He'll back us. He'll give it. He'll allow it to happen. But sometimes it ain't without a fight. And like I said, that what if can lose you that fight off top, because you ain't even tried to start swinging yet. You feel me? You just said, nah, what if I start swinging and they catch me and then I'm out for the count? Well, guess what? You got to have a mentality like some of them other people had. Okay, if they knock me out, I get up and do it again another day. And that's the hardest thing in the world for me. But maybe hearing this could help somebody else to not do that or not be that way. That's all I'm saying. So y'all be easy, and we'll see you in the next one. One love.